Looks like I'll get stopped out here. We had a parabolic wedge open. 3 bull bars. So I thought there'd be buyers below here. I think it's reasonable to buy that low. Stop below here for 2 legs up. And we do have the yesterday's close here, but I thought that was too far for it to get there on this leg. Obviously, if it accelerates down, then I'm wrong, but that was my reason for buying this low. I thought we'd get 2 legs up after 3 bull bars, or 2 legs sideways to up. Ah, damn. I was patient, just not patient enough. I thought it was reasonable. I thought the tail here supported that premise, that micro double bottom, and that's why I didn't get out here. And I don't know how I second guessed myself and just convinced myself that, well, I mean, it wasn't unreasonable, but I was just saying your goal is to minimize losses. So if something doesn't look great or doesn't look perfect, then just get out. There's no harm in getting out and looking for a different trade that makes more sense. So I thought, okay, if that's the premise I'm going off of, that make sure it looks perfect, and if not, then no harm in exiting. I just put my limit order out to exit with 10 cents. Whereas I was gonna go for a second leg up here. So that would have been 40 cents. So that sucks. But anyways, 10 shares, $1, so $1.30, or 13 cents. So 13 cents, 10 shares, $1.30. I mean, it's nice to see it work out, get the second leg up and break above this high, which is what I thought it would do. But a little bit disappointing that I waited this long. Even when this bar closed up here, I had an opportunity to get out break even, but I didn't take it. And then 5 seconds later, convinced myself to exit and missed a 50-cent move or 40-cent move, or whatever my profit target was. Yeah, but it is nice to see it work out. I haven't ordered to buy above this bar. Strong breakout here, pull back in 2 legs, and then a good signal bar for a double bottom. So I think it's reasonable to buy that. This is one of those trades where if I do get stopped out, I still think it's very reasonable. So I'm happy with this trade regardless of the outcome. And I'm trying to get more of these kinds of trades where I know I won't regret it. There are a lot of trades that I try, and I'm hoping for a small scalp. And if it works out, it's great, but I know if I lose them, I'm going to kick myself for it. But trades like this, regardless of what happens, I'm pretty confident that it's a safe setup, it's a good setup. So obviously not the ideal entry bar for this kind of situation, but I still think it's a bull body or maybe a perfect doji. And the setup I think is clean, so I'm not gonna exit. I have an order to get out half at this close here if we get there. My initial premise is that this breakout is strong enough that this whole thing is just a pullback from that breakout. So I think this is the first leg, pullback, and second leg. So I think the second leg should get above the high of this first leg, but because there's a high close there that's untested, I'm just gonna take off the first half at the high close if we get there, and then if we break strongly above and close above with 2 consecutive bull bars, then I'll keep the rest. If we break out and get bad follow through, then I'll exit the other half. And that's obviously if it works out. If it just gives me a bear signal bar here, I'll exit below that. So I was looking for a breakout above this high and then a follow through bar, but this bar here is a breakout above this double top. So if we get bad follow through on this bar, then I can consider it a failed breakout of the double top. So then I'd probably exit there too. I'd like to see a bull body on this bar, or I'll probably exit at the close of the bar. And if we get a bear body, a bear signal bar here, I'll exit below it because then we have 2 legs up. It's just a lower high and a triangle, but it's still 2 legs sideways. And even within this leg up, we have one pullback, two. So if that's a bear bar, I probably, no, actually I will exit below it. There we go. Got filled there. Like to see a strong breakout now. I ended up closing out the whole thing. Probably mostly wanted to close the trade with a good profit, but also maybe 30% that it was not accelerating like I wanted it to. In a situation like this, try to pull it up. So here, similar situation. One pullback, two, but second leg's very strong, so probably need a second leg up from this. So this entire thing is one leg, or just you can just see this as the breakout, and it's probably going to get a second leg up. So breakout, pullback, and here we had a signal bar. We had breakout and bad follow through here, but strong enough breakouts, so probably buyers below and buyers above. And then we got consecutive bull bars closing on their highs. Here we had, after the signal bar, we had a doji, then we had this bar and we had a doji. So it just wasn't looking as strong as I'd like it to, especially because of the trading range type action today. But it is still on a swing above here. And so we could easily get up to the open of the day and higher. So I might pay for it, but I think I made 80 cents or something on it. And I didn't want to give it up by reversing down from here, from resistance. I kind of wanted to see it break above resistance very strongly, and it wasn't doing that. So at 9.69, I just sold below this bar, 2 bar reversal, double top at a lower high. So I thought it was a reasonable sell. 3 pushes up here, so not that much strength on the way up. And we reversed down strongly from this high, so I thought it was a reasonable swing sell, maybe down to here or here, some of these higher lows. I ended up just closing that trade out. I think I took a 50-cent loss or something, so just about $9 now. I was really nervous during this trade, and it was mainly because I've already had a good day so far, and I gave it a chance for 10 minutes and it went sideways and didn't do what I wanted it to do, which is doing now. But it didn't do what I wanted it to do, and it wasn't showing the strength to the downside that I wanted to see. So I just thought it was too much risk of me. Like, it didn't show strength, and now I don't want to lose this trade and ruin my profits from earlier. And that made me think, at what point should I start protecting profits? If I was up $2 or $1, like here I was up $1, but that wasn't enough for me to not take this trade. I took this trade and risked $15 on it because it's too small to protect at that point. But once I'm up $10, I think it's reasonable to be more careful and exit quicker or trade smaller or do something to protect those profits. At the same time, I can't just take, if I want to do this professionally or properly, I think I have to take more than 2 trades a day. But at the same time, in the future, I see myself taking 5 or 10 or 15 trades a day once I get better. So I can't just stop after the second trade. If there are 10 other very good opportunities that I see in the day, I can't just leave those because I won 1 trade. So that's something I'm going to have to figure out, when to start predicting profits and when to just keep trading and taking every opportunity that I see. But for this one, I just started to get too nervous in here and decided to just close it out.